This is the third and final part of my reading of Edward FitzGerald's translation of the Rubaiyat of Omar Khayyam. The moving finger writes, and having writ moves on. Nor all thy piety nor wit shall lure it back to cancel half a line, nor all thy tears wash out a word of it. And that inverted bowl we call the sky, whereunder crawling coop't we live and die, lift not thy hands to it for help, for it rolls impotently on as thou or I. With earth's first clay they did the last man's need, and then of the last harvest sow'd the seed. Yea, the first morning of creation wrote what the last dawn of reckoning shall read. I tell thee this, when, starting from the goal, over the shoulders of the flaming foal of heaven, Parwin and Mushtari they flung, in my predestined plot of dust and soul, the vine had struck a fibre, which about it clings my being. Let the Sufi flout. Of my base metal may be filed a key that shall unlock the door he howls without. And this I know, whether the one true light kindle to love, or wrath consume me quite, one glimpse of it within the tavern court, better than in the temple lost outright. O thou who didst with pitfall and with gin beset the road I was to wander in, thou wilt not with predestination round enmesh me, and impute my fall to sin. O thou, who man of baser earth didst make, and who with Eden didst devise the snake, for all the sin wherewith the face of man is blackened, man's forgiveness give and take. Listen again. One evening at the close of Ramazan, ere the better moon arose, in that old potter's shop I stood alone, with the clay population round in rows. And strange to tell, among that earthen lot some could articulate, while others not. And suddenly one more impatient cried, Who is the potter, pray, and who the pot? Then said another, Surely not in vain my substance from the common earth was ta'en, that he who subtly wrought me into shape should stamp me back to common earth again. Another said, Why, ne'er a peevish boy would break the bowl from which he drank in joy. Shall he that made the vessel in pure love and fancy in an after rage destroy? None answered this, but after silence spake a vessel of a more ungainly make. They sneer at me for leaning all awry. What, did the hand then of the potter shake? Said one, Folks of us early taps to tell, and daub his visage with the smoke of hell. They talk of some strict testing of us. Pish, he's a good fellow, and 'twill all be well. Then said another with a long-drawn sigh, My clay with long oblivion is gone dry, but fill me with the old familiar juice, methinks I might recover by and by. So, while the vessels one by one were speaking, one spied the little crescent all were seeking, and then they jogged each other, Brother, brother, hark to the porter's shoulder knot a-creaking. Ah, with the grape my fading life provide, and wash my body whence the life has died, and in a winding sheet of vine leaf wrapped, so bury me by some sweet garden side, that even my buried ashes such a snare of perfume shall fling up into the air, as not a true believer passing by, but shall be overtaken unaware. Indeed, the idols I have loved so long have done my credit in men's eyes much wrong, have drowned my honour in a shallow cup, and sold my reputation for a song. Indeed, repentance oft before I swore, but was I sober when I swore? And then came spring, and rose in hand my threadbare penitence a pieces tore. And much as wine has played the infidel and robbed me of my robe of honour, well, I often wonder what the vintners buy, one half so precious as the goods they sell. Alas, that spring should vanish with the rose, that youth's sweet-scented manuscript should close. The nightingale that in the branches sang, whence and whither flown again, who knows? Ah, love, could thou and I with fate conspire to grasp this sorry scheme of things entire, would we not shatter it to bits and then remould it nearer to the heart's desire? Ah, moon of my delight, who know'st no wane, the moon of heaven is rising once again. How oft hereafter rising shall she look through this same garden after me in vain? And when thyself with shining foot shall pass among the guests star scattered on the grass, and in thy joyous errand reach the spot where I made one, turn down an empty glass.